morning, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do? Excuse me, I'm your host, Seth Julian, welcoming you to today's session, and where we're looking at crude oil. Now, those of you who are following the news know that OPEC is reacting to, or actually yesterday published its reaction to the European oil price cap being applied to Russian seaborne crude. Now, this is a unique experiment. Actually, there is precedent for this, slight precedent for this in Venezuela. In the 70s, they pulled something like this. But the idea is like this, that the Europeans will not buy crude, seaborne crude, from the Russians. It's priced at above $60. And this is a unique approach to a cartel. It's basically pushing back against the cartel. The idea is not to damage OPEC, of course, but to weaken Russia and its hydrocarbon-fueled war effort in Ukraine. Now, what the Saudis, in essence, did when they decided for OPEC, they decided to wait and see. They did not cut back production levels. They did not increase in production levels. They're going to wait to see how the dust settles out of this. It's going to be a long time settling out. But there's one thing I want to point out to you. The $60 cap on oil is not as radical as it seems, because we're not talking about the price of, here, this is WTI, the U.S. West Texas Intermediary benchmark. And if we look at Brent, selling at about a $5 premium, that's pulling in at about $85 a barrel. The price for Urals grade oil, which is the grade that the Russians sell, is currently $65. So capping it at 60 is not as radical as capping Brent at 60. The second thing we need to know is, so that's the first thing. It's not such a it's a fairly minor slap on the wrist, if it were to work at all. We are of the position that it will not work at all. It's so easy to cheat, and the Russians have been cheating since the beginning of the war, lightering vessels in mid-ocean to transfer them to ports where their cargo is forbidden, mixing different blends to obfuscate the source of the crude. There are a million ways to do it, and the Russians know them all. And so we don't think this cap is. In our opinion, it's a typical EU approach. Basically it's a hammer and thumbtack problem to a pile driver solution to a pile driver problem. It's not going to solve much at all. Nonetheless, we expect oil prices to hit a more volatile terrain. Right now, it's not doing very much in Brent. We switch back to WTI. We see that there's a slight uptick, very slight. We don't really know how this is going to go, except for the fact there's going to be a great deal of volatility in the oil patch this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today. Keep your eye on oil. I'm your host, Seth Julian, wishing you all, ladies and gentlemen, the ability to trade with confidence. Bye-bye for now.